where we left off yesterday. It was late, so I got everybody to base camp, and I did not get to take a look at any of their things. So before I can move forward, I need to check everybody's stuff again. So Ike has a silver sword that is about gone. So we're gonna convoy the silver sword for the moment. We don't have one in the inventory, so I'm gonna take him to the armory. Silver axe, silver sword is the one that I want, and he's got two now with the steel blade and the Lagoon Slayer should he need it. So I kind of like to do this weird thing where I rearrange my stuff. And then we have plenty of vulneraries, hopefully. Oscar's iron bow is getting really low. I want to see... He's now bow level D. And I think the iron bow is in E. So, since it's low, we're going to convoy the iron bow. We're going to take and see what we have here. None of these he can use. They are level C. So we're going to take him to the shop. We're going to look and see what bows they have. So we have an iron bow, a silver bow, which he can't use because it's an A. So we only have the option for the iron bow for that. If somebody has a steel bow, I might be able to give that to him. I don't remember the rating on it. I think... Where is she? Astrid has a steel bow. And it is a D. So I'm gonna oop. Help if I didn't get rid of her. I'm gonna trade her steel bow once I get back to him. To Oscar. This one here that's full. Since I don't use Astrid in battle, if I get to where I need her, I will re-equip her. So we'll, go from there. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? Because I'm doing this the next day, I didn't go into manage. I almost always go there first, but that's rarely something I wait till the next day to do. So we're going to take a look at Ike real quick. So for the team, we've got 974 bonus experience that we can spread around. Ike does really well on his own, but I'm going to give him a few points and let him level up. This is where I start to change a little bit in who I'm giving points to. Oscar's at a 1. We'll wait. We'll wait on him. Jeffrey's real close. Alright. Oop, went too far. Always. Kieran, he'll get 5 next time, even with him being the way he is. Largo is generally a pretty good character, so I'm gonna give him some points. These guys do really well. This is the least I've used my Lagoon's characters. Alencia, we're gonna leave her be. Maureen is fine. Titania's maxed out. She can't go any higher than where she is right now. Har is very good. He's good. Renolf. Katri. Mia. And we'll look at our third row. Let him get some points. Level up again. Not a great level up, but level up nonetheless. Stefan is good a ways. I still want him to level up because one of these days he'll be able to use magic. Someday. Let's check everybody else out. Lucia. This just needs 10. Alright, Rolf is almost there. He's an excellent sniper. Give him some points. Jill, I don't use. Mist, I would like to use more. Generally don't get her that often because I have several people who can heal at this point. And Tarmod, I don't use unless I have to. Not that he's bad, it's just that I have enough other people that are higher levels, and you know, if I have enough space for extra characters, then maybe I'll take them with me. So I'm coming back through my list. Where are you? Oh, there he is. Actually, I want to look at his stuff. So he's still staff level A. I'm gonna give him some points. Level him up one more time. Okay, and I'm gonna save that just shy of 200 XP for the future. And then we're gonna look and just see Aceful, what their skills are available. So it still looks like it's just Gamble. So I'm not worrying about that Gamble right now. We're gonna zip through support unless he wants to talk to I almost said Joffrey. Joffrey's from Game of Thrones. Alencia, Are you looking for someone, Your Highness? Jeffrey, I'm glad you're here. Is there anything I can do for you? Yes, actually I have a small favor to ask of you. Ask anything of me, Your Highness, and I shall make it so. Really, you would do anything? Anything at all. Well, then, here goes. Jeffrey, I need you to leave me alone while I fight on the battlefield. What? Without protection? But you know that is the one thing I cannot... I don't want to hear any objections. This is an order. You must obey. But Princess Alencia, so he's not happy. Mareem has two conversations, one with the Zahark and one with Largo. Zahark, oh Mareem, what brings you here? Did you find the sword powder? Unfortunately, no. I'll need to replace it, I think. I hate to keep borrowing from the others. Can you use this? What's this? Oh wow! This sword powder looks expensive. You're a Lagoose. How did you come to have this? Force of habit. I don't follow you. I was once a slave. The nobleman who was my master made me sharpen his blades for him. I was quite adept at it. He would bring them to me unannounced. If I did not have the proper materials to sharpen his swords, he would beat me. That's horrible. I still do not feel comfortable unless I have these materials near me. I'm sorry to have brought up such a painful memory. It is in the past now. Would you like me to sharpen your sword? Thank you, but a true swordsman takes care of his own blade. I appreciate your offer, though. Then at least take this powder. I no longer have any use for it. Mareem. Thanks. You saved me. I'm not just saying this out of gratitude, but would you care to join me for dinner? I would like that very much. So now they're friends. Now Mareem's gonna talk to Largo. Whoa there, your arms are huge. How'd you get that big? Mareem's like, huh? I mean, my arms are pretty massive, but those babies are something else. You have big muscles too. Bah ha ha ha. Brute force is about the only thing I've got going for me. Hey, why are you carrying those water jugs? I'm taking them to the well. You're filling all those jugs? They've got to weigh as much as an ox once you get water in them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You've got quite a handful there. Let me give you a hand. You don't have to do that. Aw, heck, it's no problem. I may not be able to cast a bunch of fancy spells, but I can carry heavy stuff as well as any man or beast. Alright then, let's go. And we have Stefan and Soren. You don't fit in with this roving band of Bjork, do you? Your stone sticks out from the wall. Oh, it's you again. Come down to the colony in Grand Desert. Others live there. Others like you. You know, the branded. I don't know what you're babbling about, but you're embarrassing yourself. I belong here. Thank you. Now, really quickly, if you look at Soren's forehead, if you've never noticed it before, he has a little mark there. That's what he's talking about. I see. Well, if that's the case, I won't twist your arm. And he disappears. And we have Tronio and Largo. Lots of conversations this time. That's strange. Hey, Tronio. Don't you think this army is a little odd? I mean, heck, it's not every day that you see soldiers from this many countries all mixed into one army. I've traveled and fought in a lot of strange places, but this is the first time I've seen anything quite like this. You're right, there are even former Daean soldiers in this army. There is no shortage of nationalities, to be sure. My favorite part about it is we get to sample all kinds of exotic dishes. Gwah, I've never snacked so well in my life. What are you holding? Oh, this quill? I use it to jot down ideas so I won't forget them later. If I don't, I just completely forget them. But back to food. I've noticed that the Lugus sure like their food spicy. And now they've started drinking with us. Wahaha, that's great. By the way, what's your drink of choice? Drinks? I'm not picky. The stronger the better. And flavor? Doesn't matter. Wahahaha, I like your answer. I better write that down so I don't forget. And then Tronio talks to Rolf. Josh? Huh? No, you can't be. Sorry, I thought you were someone else. What's your name, young man? Rolf. Rolf, what's a child like you doing in a place like this? The battlefield is no place for children. Why do parents allow this? I don't have any parents. My dad left us, and my mom died. Oh no, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to drag up such a painful memory. That's alright. This group of mercenaries is my family now. So, I look like someone you know? My son, Josh, my oldest. Josh is an adult now, but he looks so much like you once, long ago. I can't believe I thought you were my own son. I've grown old and senile. Ha, foolish old man. Where's Josh now? I don't know. What? I divorced my wife and she took the children with her. I haven't seen them since. That was years ago. That's sad. Alright, so no more conversations. We have more information just from Titania. Commander, can I speak to you for a moment? What is it, Titania? I have something important to ask of you. Alright, what is it? I want you to tell me about the night Commander Griel was killed. I understand that's difficult for you. However, I need to know. I have to. Just tell at once, is all I ask. If you can't, his death will be something I'll never be able to face. I feel I've done you a terrible disservice by not telling you earlier. It's just that there was a lot I had to get clear in my own mind. I know I've kept you waiting. So you'll tell me? Yes, I think I've finally come to a point where I can face it. Alright, whenever you're ready. That night, I've already told you everything up to where I was on my way into the forest, right? At the head of the path, Father had told me to go back to the fort. But I had a bad feeling and followed him anyway. When I entered the clearing, he and the Black Knight were already fighting. They seemed to be evenly matched at first. Then they exchanged a few more blows, and suddenly Father was sent flying. They spoke to each other for a moment, but I was so far away I couldn't hear what they said. Then the Black Knight threw a sword at Father's feet. I think he wanted Father to pick it up and use it. My computer's doing something really weird right now. Why are you doing that? Hello? Hang on a second. Somehow my game window disappeared. That is really strange. And it says, do I want to stop the emulation? But the emulation is not here anymore. Alright. Sorry, I'm going to have to restart this. I have a save location that I can bring it up from to not have to go through all of that stuff that just happened. Hey, Steve. Trying to get some gaming in before the premiere here. Got a little bit of a late start, but I'm working on it. Alright, so my game just sort of crashed on me. So I am in the process of kind of reloading from the closest location to where it just died at. So it's 2:21 right now. Uh, 5:26. Load profile. That's weird. For some reason it's not running, so I'm just gonna have to start the game from that chapter. Do I want to... No, why are you telling me there's one running when there's not one running anywhere? I'm so sorry. Hang on, bear with me. It says there's 2 of them. But... There we go. Alright, now that we've got it restarted. That's just strange. Alright, so I'm going to zip through some of the things that I just did because, you know, games. Alright, so I don't remember who I gave points to before. I have to edit this for the highlight to take out some of this stuff. So we're gonna I give Ike XP, I know that. Yeah, I'm gonna go work Maggie's premiere, and then I am going to have to go get my next COVID shot, my second and last. Or should I say the Panera situation, or the panoramic, or whatever it is that they all say. And then I'll probably game some more when I get home. And it would help if I put my finger on the right thing. There we go. So this was a little bit of a disappointing start. I was hoping to have gotten everybody ready to go and battle before I had to leave. Right now, I'll be lucky if I get it there. Yeah, I'm nervous because I got my first shot in my right arm, and my right arm started itching within hours, and it's still itching. I actually have to pick up a prescription for it today. And I'm a little nervous about getting the second one, but I'm going to get it in my other arm. So, hopefully, It goes well. I've read and seen a lot of people saying that they've not felt well after the second one. Makes me a little nervous, but I can handle not feeling well for a little bit, but you know, this itching is just out of control. I've been taking Benadryl forever. Alright, so let me look through. Oh, I traded her. Oh, I have to give his thing away later. Okay. Sorry, I'm just talking to myself through these screens. Valencia is good. Just trying to remember who I leveled up already, so I know this isn't going to match at all what I just did, because I kind of do it in the moment. Yeah, my arm was sore the next day, but yeah, within a couple of hours is when this itching started, and you know, since I'm getting my other shot today, that's how long it's been, and it's still red and itchy and stuff, so I hope it's just some random fluke that it happened to start at the same time that I got the shot. Alright, so we had no skills to apply. I'm already read these support character roles since I didn't quit streaming and restart. So I am just going to zip through all of this as quickly as I can. And I'm sorry, you probably didn't see that part, but it's on the previous part of the stream, and just to try to get through this so I can maybe at least get everybody ready for when I come back from my shot. So we'll see how it goes. Alright, so that's everybody's conversations. We were talking to Titania. And we stopped right in the middle of this. Am I driving to get my shot, you mean? Is that what you mean? No, if that's what you're talking about, no, my family and I, we're all going together. So I just have to ride along, and then I sit in a wheelchair so I can spare my foot until, you know, I can get it back to normal, or back to better, I guess is the better way to put it. So, or if you mean maybe going to do my own thing as far as the game, I'm not sure, but yeah, I'm not driving with my right foot hurting the way it does it. And in a boot, driving doesn't happen. Ha ha ha. Okay, game. Yeah, everybody plays this game. Like I said, there's countless ways you can play this game. So this is where his father was sent flying. We saw that screen. He couldn't hear what they said. And he wanted Ike's dad to pick up the sword. And I think this is about where we ended when it crashed. But father didn't touch the sword. He just readied his axe again and charged. It was over in an instant. I couldn't believe my own eyes. They looked like they were embracing, just standing there, frozen. But I saw the Black Knight's blade. It was protruding from father's back and shining in the moonlight. Oh, Griel. When the knight pulled his sword out, father sagged and fell backwards. I ran and tried to catch him, but I couldn't hold him, and we both fell to the ground. The wound father had taken was terrible, but at that point he was still alive. The Black Knight approached and said, "Give it to me." I had no idea what he was talking about. I do now, though. He had been sent by King Ashnard to retrieve the medallion. Father told him he'd thrown the medallion away, but the knight didn't believe him. Then he tried to get father to talk by threatening to kill me, and missed. I was so angry, I leapt up and attacked him, but it was useless. I didn't give up, though. I didn't care what happened to me, and I attacked again. Of all the stubbornness, if King Gallia hadn't been nearby, I probably would have died that night, too. Yeah, well, I don't play, with the exception of Among Us and Jackbox games, which I equate to board games. I don't really play multiplayer games at this point. Everything I've played has been a single player game because it's just, I don't know, I just like playing my own game, other than those exceptions. I haven't found one. There's a Skyrim version, Elder Scrolls Skyrim version that you can have multiplayer that I've thought about trying to play because I love the first. Well, okay, it's not the first game, it's the fifth game, but I love those games in that series. I played them on the Xbox and then on my computer. Um, yeah, so I don't really do the multiplayer thing too much, and I hate the random lobbies for Among Us. I'm hoping to stream some Among Us, but I play with Maggie when she does it, and I play with another friend when she does. So it's kind of hard between everything else to squeeze in a day. So I'm going to continue with the dialogue here. After the Black Knight vanished, all I could think was that I didn't want Father to die. He, he was still alive. I thought if I could just get him back to the fort, we could save him. I clung to that false hope and started walking toward the light of the fort. I just kept walking. Thank you, Ike. It must have been so hard for you. Titania, Commander Greel died on your back. His last moments must have been much happier than I had imagined. Thank you. Now I can finally move past my grief. Titania. Yes? There's something else I haven't told you about. I met him. I met the Black Knight again. What? We fought. You did well to keep your life. I'm not the same boy I was on that night. I've grown a lot. I've worked hard. Yeah, we used to have a PlayStation. I don't remember which one it was. We had a Dragon Quest game that I loved to play, but we don't have either of those anymore. It was a really fun game, though. Um, so I've grown a lot. I've worked hard. Yet even so, I wasn't able to defeat him. There's nothing you can do about that. Not even Commander Greel could defeat him. You're not ready to? It's not that. It's not that my blade work wasn't good enough. Then what do you mean? Titania, it's his armor. It's impervious to damage. What? That's not possible. Even the strongest... He said his armor had been blessed by the goddess. He said only weapons that were blessed could hurt him. What are we supposed... or where are we supposed to get something like that? I have one here. Ah, Ike, the sword. Where? The night after Father died, I went back to that clearing by myself. I'd hoped to find some clues that might help me hunt down the knight. The sword was still there. I brought it back with me, and I've been hiding it ever since. I wasn't thinking about using it. I believed that if I just carried the sword with me, I'd meet the Black Knight again. And it worked. So this sword will work against him? It's supposed to. It was made to contest Elendite, which is the sword wielded by the Black Knight. Do you think you have a chance? I'll win. All right, I won't stop you. Use that sword to avenge Commander Greel. But listen, Ike, you must promise me one thing. What is it? When you meet him, you'll exchange blows. If at that moment you don't feel you stand a chance, you must flee. There are times when running away is not the same as losing. Don't you believe in me, Titania? Of course I do. One day you will defeat the Black Knight. I'm sure of it. Hi, Gunrix. I hope you're doing well. I just wanted to say hi. If you like Fire Emblem and you like my stream, please follow me on Twitch. That would be wonderful. I also have a link to my Discord if you're interested. I'm still building it, but it's there. But this is one of my favorite games. So I'm going to finish this dialogue because I have to go work another person's YouTube stream here in a little bit. So I am, oh, thank you. Oh, I just got the notification. I really, really appreciate that. Yeah, so I have to go work a stream for a friend. So I'm going to wrap this part up so I can do that here in the next 15 minutes or so. Hopefully I can get through base camp and then I'll be back later. It's a lot of fun. And then, you know, we're getting into the thick of things coming on. Of course, I believe in you, basically is what she's saying. One day you will defeat the Black Knight. I'm sure of it. That's why I don't want you to lose your life on the first go-round. When the time comes, I promise not to interfere, and I won't let anyone else interfere either. I want you to face him one-on-one, and I want you to be calm and use your own best judgment. At times, withdrawing can be the key that unlocks a future victory. Don't forget that. Understood. Alright, so that's the end of our talking portion of this. We did management and support. We're going to look at outfit. Try to remember some of the things I'd already done. I had convoyed that sword because it was almost empty. And I bought Ike his silver sword. And there's my notification for my stream that I need to take care of. So I've got a little bit of time, but not too much. So I might be able to get everybody ready so I can actually play when I come back. Which will probably be sometime after 5:30, I think. I'm going to do the next battle in this. And then if I am up to it, depending on how this shot treats me, I may do some Undertale after that. I learned that taking a break in Undertale does not help me because I forget things that I need to remember. Oscar. Convoy. We're giving away his iron bow. He isn't strong enough to use another bow. So I had found Astrid and traded Astrid's steel bow to him. So he can use that. Everything else is good. He's got vulneraries. Shinon's good. Soren can use some more spells. So let's see what we have in the convoy. So we have Thunder. Elwind only has 6. He's got that heals, 2 heal staffs. So I think I'm going to take the Thunder because the Thunder has the most on it right now. I'm also going to check the shop. I don't know why I do that every time for magic. It's still the armory. It's a weapon. Every single time. So they don't have Elwind here, so I can't replace it anyway. He's got vulneraries. Jeffrey. He's got 2 bows and 2 lances. Vulnerary. Oh, I hate it when I do that. Kieran. Oh, yeah, I forgot he picked up a sword. Convoy. Give. Ah! Not what I wanted to do. Take that back. Give. Silver sword. Equip. Nightband. And Convoy. Take. And let's see what he can take. So that was his Iron Lance I got rid of because I needed something else last time. We've got a lot of weapons here, some of which are down pretty low. He can use the pole axe. I've got a short axe. I think we'll do that. Okay, Steve, I'll see you at Maggie's in a little bit. Bye. Who's my favorite character? Oh, that's a hard choice. I mean, of course I love Ike. You can't not love Ike, right? Because he's like the main character. If I exclude Ike, who would be my favorite character? I'm gonna exclude Titania too because she's OP. That's a really hard choice because I'm going on 2 different categories on my character. So is it a character that's really good in battle and I like to fight with? Is it a character that I like their storyline and their progression? So I overthink things a lot, if you couldn't tell by that. So if I exclude the top 2 fighters that I use the most, going down through my playable characters, I'm thinking. I like Rolf. He is a sniper now. I have Mist as a Valkyrie, even though I don't use her very much. I like Zahark a lot. I'm thinking. And like I said, I'm trying not to go just like based on their fighting skills and stuff. Like overall, like both. I mean, I eliminated my top 2, so I don't know. I guess I'd have to say I really like Rolf and Mist. I like Zahark. And then I like, oh my gosh, I'm totally blanking out right now. Soren. Because I like the magic. So it's really hard. It just depends on what you're looking at. If you're looking at purely fighting skills and you still eliminate Ike and Titania, then I would look at my next 3 would probably be Oscar, Jeffrey, and Boyd, I think, but that's just a, you know, really quick assessment without overthinking it. Largo's good. He's okay for now. I'm trying to do this all at the same time. I don't use Marcia. I don't use Astrid. I've tried leveling them up. Sometimes I use Khalil. Just got Alencia as a playable character. Titania, she's got 2 silver lances. One is getting ready to go. I have a silver one, but it only has 2. So I think I'm gonna try to buy her one silver lance. I do like Shinon a lot too. I really do. And my other streams of this game that I have up on my page, I talk about Shinon quite a bit because, in my opinion, he gets a lot of hate because of, you know, the leaving the team and he's arrogant and blah blah. But I really like him as a character. I'm going to give away this spear that is got 8, and I'm going to take that silver sword that I had, and he's got a vulnerary. He doesn't take a lot of hits. Yeah, so I mean, I went back a couple of times before I got my battle save working properly, and today it's not working properly, which is why I had to do this all over again. Getting everybody ready, or I would have been done and started. And I've got like just over 5 minutes until I have to quit. He's got weaponry. He's good. He's good. And I make sure everybody's ready just in case. If you've played this game like you said, you know that sometimes they reinforce you with random people. And I do like Reese. I am so trying to get him... I've got him to have staves. And I'm trying to level him up to get him to get... where he can use some spells. We're not there yet. We are here. And here. So we're working on him. She's good. Let's see what Bastion can pick up, because he did use... He's take the fire. The tornado has a lot of uses. I'll take that. Something different. He's got vulneraries. Rolf has got plenty of bows. Gotta be careful with Rolf's bow. I might have to use my one staff on it. Jill I don't really use. I've never had good luck with Jill. Tanitha's good. Brom I don't use very often. Mist is plenty of stuff, and Tormod is good. So that's my entire cast. So, what I'm gonna do, and I'm sorry... Oh, and there's my alarm. Hang on. My alarm... That's okay. If you don't speak English as your native language, that is very understandable, because I could probably understand about 3 things you would say in French. And my pronunciation would probably be absolutely hideous. So no worries. But what I am going to say is, like I said, I'm going to do it again because I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing. The only things I know, okay, in French, I know parlez-vous français. I know comme ci, comme ça, something like that. And oh my gosh, now that I'm thinking about it, I'm blanking out. There's no, bienvenue, isn't that's Spanish, I think. But I think when you cross the border into Canada and they speak French on part of the Canada, that they say bienvenue, something like that. And other than counting and like Frere Jacques, silly things like that. And then some of the lines to the song La Vie en Rosa. But that's about it. That's the extent of my French, pretty much, right there. I try to learn it, and it's very difficult. I learned Spanish very easily, but French has been difficult for me. So I still want to go there, though, so I will make an effort to learn it better. So if I do get to go, I can at least try. And then they can laugh at me anyway. You can teach me a word. Hope it's not a bad word, though. Oh, that's the other thing I know. Anything that's in French in a popular song, those ones I know. I'm sure you know some of the songs I'm talking about, other than La Vie en Rosa. But, yeah. I'm trying to think. Like, oh, I mean, my phone, I can translate some stuff, but I'm trying to think. And again, it's like I'm thinking of like what do I know, and other than the words, a childhood song for Frere Jacques, I can't think of anything else. I don't know. I thought I used to know hello, and I don't know if that's just, I think bienvenue is welcome or something like that. Bonjour, that's what it is. Bonjour, bonjour. Thank you, honey. My husband's like, bonjour, is that the one you mean? I don't know if you could hear him or not. I love Beauty and the Beast. How can I not forget the whole song that starts out with the word bonjour? But yeah, that's pretty much it. So, so you can tell me a useful word. How about that? What's a useful word if I were to come to France? Other than the few basic words that I know, which is not much, what word should I know? And while we do this, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to still be in the chat for... oh, no, I can't. I can't shut off my OBS. You're thinking. Okay. You know, because I'm thinking of, like, maybe something like, where is the, you know, and then you'd have, like, blank. Like, where's the airport? Or where is the hotel? Or where is the restaurant? You know, something like, please, is that pourquoi? I forgot about it until you said please. I forgot about it. See, like I said, my recall isn't good, but then if I see a word or hear something, it'll sometimes trigger. I think it's pourquoi. No, pourquoi is why. Oh, I know, please. I'm thinking of everything I know. Okay. Where is... Now, I know French pronunciation for me is terrible. So is it ou est? Because I know that your vowels are much different from mine. Where is the airport? Où est l'aéroport? Okay, I like words like that because that l'aéroport, at least it sounds like, you know, similar to something I would be able to remember. But is the pronunciation est, east, ou east? Is that right? I think that's a dot. I can't see it. No, it is not easy at all. That's why I had such problems with it. I'm hoping I can maybe find a better online thing or a better class to teach me, because back when I tried it, it was on a disc and it was not very effective. So, alright, Gonrix, well, I'm going to have to say goodbye. And thank you for watching my stream and talking with me, and for the follow. And I will be back later on today. I'm not sure what time, but probably, I think I said earlier, between 5, closer to 6, I would think. But I also have all my other videos in the series if you like that game. And you have a great day, because I got to get over to that other streaming service and work for a friend.